Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie Ledford.
And I'm Elijah DePona.
And this is SFN The Howl, your source for news at Santa Fe High School.
This week's shows cover everything from D-Dubs to spring break and a little bit of everything in between.
Speaking of Double Wolf Deer Week, I'm sure you all know that those other two schools have fundraiser weeks too.
Here at SFN, Coogan, Gracie, and Kiana have been busy putting together a short video about Edmond as a whole and the changes we make.
Yeah, I think they can Yeah.
Okay, well I guess those schools aren't too bad. We all do good in the long run.
Do you know who else does good?
Off the top of my head, me, I do good.
Other than you.
Santa Fe teachers?
You got it. This week we got 2 Teachers of the Week.
Why two?
Well, since next week is spring break, we don't really think teachers want us to follow them home and film them, you know?
Good point. So who are our teachers of the week this time?
This week we got Miss Fitch and Mrs. Cole.
Sounds good. Let's see those interviews.
I am Sherry Fitch and I'm a Spanish 2 teacher. It kind of merges 2 cultures together, and I love culture and I love different languages. It can help you in any job that you choose in the future. The first year is the hardest, just stick with it and it gets better. This is my 18th year and I have taught in Edmond all 18 years. I did middle school for about 13 years, and then actually Double Wolf Deer Week is something that made me want to come to Santa Fe because my teacher friends taught here and I saw them doing the teacher talent show and I thought it'd be fun. We watch movies in Spanish. Today they're postponing a quiz by raising money. Last year I raised money to get a wolf tattoo, and this year I'm going to get my hair cut.
All right, hi.
Hi.
So, what is your name and what do you do?
Keisha Cole, and I teach English learners at Santa Fe.
Why did you pick to be an English teacher?
Really just my love of literature, and I've always wanted to share that with my students, and hopefully they'll love literature too.
Do you enjoy working as an English teacher?
Yes, I do.
How long have you been working here?
This is my 5th year at Santa Fe.
What other jobs did you do before becoming a teacher here at Santa Fe?
For 5 years I was at Guthrie teaching English, and before that I was a preschool teacher.
How do you feel about being Teacher of the Week?
Very honored. I was kind of surprised. I'm not well known just because of my limited students, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah. What type of students do you get in your class?
I get kids from all over the world. A lot of immigrants, kids learning English for the first time, or some just needing to brush up on their skills. So it's pretty exciting to learn about their cultures.
Is there anything you'd like to tell people about Santa Fe or about your class in general?
Santa Fe, I think, is unique because of the diversity we have, and I definitely see that firsthand because of the students I teach. And I would love if people would just learn to understand and be tolerant of others' differences, that would be great.
All right. So sometimes students forget that teachers have lives outside the walls of Santa Fe. What are some things you do outside of school that make you tick?
Taking care of my family and my kids, writing, reading, grad school. It's pretty much my life right now.
And finally, what is your name and what do you do?
Keisha Cole, I teach English learners.
Thank you for taking the time to be interviewed.
No problem.
Elijah. Elijah, we're in the middle of the show. What are you doing?
Well, I had to check out this music this week's Spotlight. Lauren and Deanna went to check out some local bands and found some good stuff.
Let me listen.
Oh. Okay, well, anyway, here's the story.
So I'm Elijah Avery, and I play the bass.
I'm Kobe Brown. I sing and play guitar.
I'm Derek, and I play guitar and keys.
And we're the Odyssey. All of us, we just started playing together about just over a year ago, 14 months maybe. Derek and I have been playing together even just in his bedroom 2 years. You know, not playing shows for 2 years, but we started writing music and stuff.
What genre of music do you guys play?
Alternative and blues rock. All kinds of stuff. We don't limit ourselves.
Individually, what inspired you guys to make music?
Music's kind of always been just like a release for me, I guess. And I used to only just listen to it, and so I decided to start playing, and then met these dudes.
Obviously Derek had a guitar at his house, and we've been friends for a long time. And my friend Jamie was also always playing guitar, so I'd twiddle around and suck at it. And then I used to play sports, played football, and I hurt my back, so I wasn't able to do that anymore. So I needed a new hobby, so I got a guitar.
I had been wanting to play since I was like 7, so I begged my parents for a few years, and then they finally bought me an electric guitar, so I've had that ever since.
Where do you guys draw inspiration from for your songs?
So usually whenever I'm writing a song, I actually get most of my inspiration from nature. And like I'm always really inspired by the way the world works. Like I always like to draw metaphors from nature and like wind and water and things like that. Like because it's kind of out of our control, and I like to kind of play on that in a lot of songs.
I mean, I only wrote one song, and I mean, if you listen to the lyrics, you can tell the inspiration from that. But other than that, that's
I'm not good at writing
good.
music.
What a band we are.
What type of music do you think is more common in the local music scene?
Heavy.
Heavy.
Yeah, definitely heavy.
Why do you think it's important to support local musicians?
Because that's really all they have. It's not really always beneficial to the musician besides the enjoyment of the music and the enjoyment of the relationships that you make. And obviously, you know, a lot of local musicians are people who want to make it big and want to, you know, sell 1 million records and stuff like that. But the thing is, you can't start chasing that without knowing that you're going to struggle. And if you love music and you love your city, then that's all they have is that support. So.
What are ways that you guys can support local musicians?
Learning their lyrics is really cool. It's one of the coolest things whenever people sing your lyrics while you're playing.
Or even just going to their shows.
It's
having a good
weird
time. It's like,
because like we do that at concerts ourselves, and so to see people do that for us just kind of, I don't know, it makes me feel good.
Yeah, that's literally like buying merch helps going to shows, but like seeing people care about music is literally the most inspiring thing, honestly. So.
What do you think is the difference between local shows and shows that artists who are more well known?
Honestly, that people go. I feel like even before I got into the local scene, sometimes it seems like people go out of sympathy, and that's not why the artist wants the people to be there. They want it to be about the music, even if you don't know the words. You're coming just to enjoy the music together. But whenever you go to a well-known artist, they have no idea who you are. They don't recognize your face, you know, all that stuff. So you go just because you want to see them. I feel like that's the main difference.
In general, do you think venues like Kane's Ballroom, the Brady Theater, and the Criterion are more apt to not book local artists?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
yeah.
For sure. And that's not an issue. but usually bigger names have bands they already want to play with, and
Or that they're
locals,
They're on tour.
like, it would be scary for a bigger band to book a local not knowing if they're good.
What's wrong, Elijah?
I'm just stressed.
Then why don't you go to Flow OKC?
What's that?
Rather than me explain, let's just watch the story that Jess made.
Float OKC is a sensory deprivation center where it relies on you only using your mind. You cannot feel anything. You cannot see anything. It just feels like you're floating, hence the name. What it does is you have these pods, and in these pods you have like over 900 pounds of salt. With this salt, you float in there for about an hour for $55. And for the hour, you just feel like you're floating, like you're in the Dead Sea. But they have the lights shut off, and they have and you can play music, or you can have the lights on, depending on how you feel about that and if you're scared. They have many accommodations because they don't want to feel anyone left out. It's a pretty cool place. You guys should check it out. At Float OKC, you basically have these pods, and these pods allow you to feel like you're floating. Sensory deprivation can be achieved by floating and closing the door. This provides a light-proof, soundproof environment. However, there are options for light and music inside the tank, and the door can be left open to address concerns about space. And this is Jess Curry signing off from The Howl.
I think I'd be scared of the dark.
If you're easily scared, then you wouldn't want to watch our next segment. Garrett Barnes continues his segment about abandoned places in Oklahoma. It's up next.
Well, that's all for this week. Everyone have a great spring break.
Hey, make sure you tag all your spring break pictures at SFN The Howl on Twitter.
See you next time.
You dig? Hey. Okay.
Oh.